Baba doo bop, yeah, Baba doo bop, Baba doo bop, yeah, Uncontrolled, Baba doo bop, yeah, Baba doo bop, come on, Baba doo bop, yeah. There's only one place where we can go to hear the good truth on the radio. I know just where I got to go. You gotta follow Uncontrolled, Uncontrolled, Baba doo bop, Baba doo bop, yeah, Baba doo bop, come on, Uncontrolled, Baba doo bop, yeah, Baba doo bop, come on, Baba doo bop, yeah, Uncontrolled substance, yeah, it's Uncontrolled substance. Hey, it's named after me, right? Oh, okay. Okay, I see how y'all do. Okay, I'm Uncontrolled, and this is Uncontrolled Substance Radio. Yeah.
You see that? Hey, yo, we live. Uncontrolled Substance, man. It's going down. We got the team in here today. We're just going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. Go ahead. We'll start from right to left. From my right to the left. Bam.
What up? This your boy Blunt Tracks, aka Sugar Shane, aka the Young Paisan, Italian Big Salchicha in the building. How's everybody doing tonight out there in the world? God bless.
Yeah, man. All them extras. You got them AKAs over there for real.
It's too many.
Come on, Chip. Put your
Too
hands
many
on
I
the
have
Chip.
to have an AK.
My name's just Chip. C-Hip.
Now I'm talking about it.
See, here.
C Hip.
Straight up and down. What you got
Total
going?
gangster.
What's going on? You gonna introduce yourself, Vicki? I
thought Chip was still
That was
introduced.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Plain and
He's like,
simple.
drop the
That's
mic
it.
after that?
See ya. That's
Okay,
it.
I like it. Well, it's your girl Vicki B, and I'm gonna drop the mic after that too. That's it. How's your girl?
It's your boy, I am Jarrel, aka 1L Cool J. Don't forget, you know what I'm saying, I'm just out here grinding. And last but not least, he's not behind the mic, but he's behind the camera. So you can't forget your boy Pop-Up TV.
What up, Pop-Up TV?
Pop-Up TV doing his goddamn thing. You know what I'm talking about? He always got a bag man holding down with these cameras. Everything's HD, crystal clear.
I got a shout out to Miss Brittany Inc. I see her on the news feed. She couldn't be here today, but shout out to our girl Brittany Inc.
Brittany
Sharing
Inc.
is caring.
What up, Brid?
Brittany Inc. was the Mafia dog, Brittany Inc. Back in the day, I used to mess her name up every time. But I couldn't remember Mafia dog. I kept forgetting.
I don't say that. I just say Brittany Inc.
I know, but that's like her company, Mafia dog, Brittany Inc. So it's like I was trying to say it every time, and I just
Couldn't
couldn't
get
get it up. Yeah, man. No good. Chip went to Whataburger, didn't get nobody shit.
Damn it, Chip. C Hip, man.
I went to Specs, didn't get nobody shit.
That's the white man. Always thinking about himself.
Man, Chip, I appreciate you, man, keeping it truly what you are. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real. Chip, let me ask you a question.
That'd be Brittany.
What's up?
I know.
How much woodchuck chuck wood?
I don't know. That's a
You
lot.
ever figured out that answer? That's some hard stuff right there.
I don't know. I
Seriously?
just drank.
Like them tongue twisters people be trying to say, like
Peter Piper pepped a pickle.
See, you messed it up from the
I did mess it up at
So-
the beginning.
or like trying to spit Busta Rhymes verse in that one song. That's just hard.
I did really good on a Lil Wayne song.
On Busta Rhymes verse?
No.
Oh, see, that's what I'm
Can't
talking
nobody
about.
do it.
Yeah.
I don't even know those are words.
Every time I run, I gotta go. I gotta get it. Gotta get it. Gotta get it.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey,
That's what I was thinking.
that verse is hard.
Twister too.
Hey.
He's good too.
Twister too. I don't know how people say
I
those
said
words.
Twister. It's Twista.
For real.
Have you ever seen that one guy that talks the fastest out of all people on earth or something?
Twista. He got the Guinness Book of World Records because of that.
You talking about the
Does he
the
still
guy
have
who
it?
did the FedEx
I'm
commercial?
sure. Because I haven't heard another rap song since. The
Oh,
what?
rap.
Twister has the world record for the fastest flow, huh?
Yeah, that's what I last
Damn.
saw. I don't remember.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm
say
going
name.
live on my phone, so I can't check.
Fastest flow is one thing. They got another guy that has the record for
Everybody share the feed.
he has the record for the most like words he could say in a minute.
Thank
Like,
you for
he said
watching.
like 500 words or something
Sharing
like
is
that.
caring. Share it until
Oh,
you guys share.
damn. Can you imagine if you could text that many words in a minute? I would have won some
Trying to
arguments.
see if the
I lost.
phone can keep up.
Man,
I can text faster than I can type. I don't know.
don't you hate when you texting and your phone auto-correct some shit, mess up your
Yes.
whole message?
Like, I seen a meme.
Your whole life.
Yeah.
I seen a meme that said like, I need my phone to realize how much more I use the word fuck and don't care about ducks or something. Because your word always transfers to duck. Like I don't talk about ducks unless I'm gonna eat one or something.
I'm not even gonna eat one.
I've never ate one though. I heard it's a delicacy.
Oh man,
You never
It's
ate
gonna be
duck?
done
it's
right.
I've never had
banging.
duck.
New York
You like
City.
duck?
Hell yeah. Canal
That's good.
Street.
I like
NY. You get the suckling duck that's hanging in the window. It's got the reddish skin. You can peel it off. It's like chicharron almost, like pig skin.
Really?
Oh man, oh it's
You really
banging.
say chicharron?
Chicharron.
Man, what you know about that? Little chicharron. I gotta bring this
Mexican
little Latin
little
flavor up in here.
I
You start
know,
rolling my R's.
I know it was dangerous. It was dangerous dealing with dark-winged duck. That's what I know.
Dark winged duck.
What
Woo.
is that?
Dark-winged duck, man, it's cold as. See, he do it.
I know, you sound like DuckTales.
Oh, that was that.
Okay.
Dark-winged duck, man. Let's get
Shit.
dangerous. That was the shit.
Get
Yeah,
dangerous.
you ever watch Dark-winged duck, did you, Chip? What you was
What is
watching?
that?
Stock market.
Duck Dynasty.
You when I was a kid? Bugs Bunny, baby.
Yeah, you was watching Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny was
Old
doing
school.
some friendly shit back in the day. Bugs Bunny would
Oh,
fish you
thanks for
on
watching,
the lips.
Jessica. Share it.
Golly.
Sharing is caring.
It's
It's free to share. That's gonna be my new
Hey,
hashtag.
oh, Lisa's on there? Hey, yeah, Lisa
She was
and
first one,
Malcolm.
think.
I want y'all to know, man. I want y'all to call in. I know I was supposed to tag y'all, but it looked like y'all doing the right thing today, and I appreciate that.
Doing the right thing.
Make sure y'all give us a call in at 858-TROLL-94. Again, it's 858-TROLL-94.
Troll.
Call us
94.
in, get up in the
She
discussion.
typed it in. The number without the troll is 475. Oh no, that ain't it. I'm fucking up. Oh, it's 858-876-5594. Make sure you call as soon as we get into this topic. But
You
yeah,
know what I feel like right now? Like when you're in court and there's one lady typing and one person's talking.
Yeah.
What is that person called?
I have no clue.
The
Paralegal.
stenographer.
Is it a
Stenographer?
paralegal? Is that what it is?
That's
That's what I feel like
pretty
because he's
good,
typing,
too.
he's talking and I'm typing.
Trust the white man on that one.
What's the
Why not
what's
you gotta
the
trust the
again?
white man?
Stenographer.
I know it's Troy.
Man, it's
What's
the
the
man.
name?
Chip is the
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I am the man. I'm representing.
You are definitely representing, man. We appreciate you representing the way you do, man. That is awesome. I'm trying to share the page to everywhere we can real quick. I don't know if Chip had a chance to share it, but he hasn't picked up his phone, so I'm pretty sure.
I haven't shared it.
God damn it,
What
Chip.
is that?
Chip, you fucking up. Damn.
Yeah, the man drops the ball every once in a while.
Or both.
Man.
My balls dropped a long time ago.
Did he drop far? Or is that right? My shit was dropped too far. I had to pick him up.
It don't matter how low it
I
drops.
don't
It
want to
only
screw up the
matters
name.
is
People screw up my name.
if
That's
you
why
get
I go
back
by
up
Vicki.
again. You
Is
know
it
what I'm talking about?
Always.
Latanya Moss and the Determined to Win Credit Service. Credit
Yes.
Service. Shout out to you right quick.
Latanya Moss was good. Man, definitely. We got to go ahead and get into this topic, man, because I know it's going to be a tough conversation. I want to give everybody a chance to call in and voice their opinion. I want to give Chip a chance to do what he does naturally, which is really
Piss
awesome.
people off.
Man,
I wouldn't go that far.
yeah, I would a little bit, because, you know, sometimes you just
I just
gotta-
like to stir up the shit.
Yeah,
Controversy.
controversy.
Controversy sells, they say.
Controversy
That's all
Chip.
right.
Controversial
Chip
Chip.
has on the collar
I
shirt.
gotta, I'm
You don't give a fuck.
gonna put your name into that somehow.
So, I gotta go to the damn page. 'Cause
Okay, so I'll tell you all the
yeah,
topic.
come on, damn.
I don't have my phone. I feel naked. My phone's right here in front of my
Oh
face.
man.
You're welcome.
I'm over here posting. Hopefully all my paisans
Hey,
out
I
there
represent
hitting
every
us
single
up.
time.
I'll put it on my mic.
Shout out to the president, Michael.
All right. So,
Got it?
I got the question pulled up. The question is, why is biracial dating still an issue in 2017?
Why is it?
What is wrong with dating outside of your race?
Depends on who you ask.
I did hear a lot that people said it's an issue that we have down south. We have listeners that are
It's a problem
everywhere.
everywhere.
So I did have a couple people mention that it was just us down south and it's not an issue up north.
No, that's not true. I'll tell you this. Listen, my family.
This hate is everywhere.
Hate is everywhere. All my family, Shout out New York, New York. I got family upstate, Syracuse, New York. What's good, Syracuse? If you're listening, all my family in New York City. And I'll tell you what, and they can vouch for you. There's more hate probably up north than there is down here in Houston. Houston's a very special place. But yes, I mean, everywhere you go, there's always going to be that push or that whatever you want to call racial tension or that divide that's going to cause a controversy with topics like this that we're talking about today. But
Well, I'll say this. My personal experience is the white girls, you didn't get to really talk to them unless you was like really close to them in class.
You mean like physically?
No, I mean like you didn't really get to have
Like
like.
rub up on them?
I never dated a white girl simply off of the like.
Because their dad would
I
kill
saw
you.
people, and this is true, Chip. You're saying a lot of true shit right now.
What?
To bring back memories. Of back
He didn't know anything. I don't know what he's saying.
what I'm saying is.
He said he didn't date a lot of white girls, and he said,
I
yeah,
got
because
that
their
part.
dads would kill them.
Okay, why?
You would see the white girls who dated the black guys. Those people knew each other like via
They were
class.
friends. Yeah, friends
Yeah,
in
in
class.
class. But outside of that, I never really just like shot at a white girl. I would say this.
One never gave you
I
what
shot
they
at a
call
few.
fuck faces. I guess I gave you like the look and
I've gotten the fuck faces, but I come from a background of my parents are older.
sorry.
My parents would be older, so like my dad on his birth certificate would be Negro. Like this is how old, this ain't that far ago. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
segregation really ain't that far.
Y'all want to know what my birth certificate says?
For real,
And it
probably
can't say
one generation removed out
you
south.
can't do this anymore. But my birth certificate, my dad's black and my mom's Mexican, and they were debating. My
Black
birth
again?
certificate says other.
Black again?
No, it says other.
Awesome.
Seriously, and you can't pick that now. If your kid's mixed, like my kid, she's mixed. I put Hispanic just because.
Well, you know what I was leading to.
Above?
Right.
What I'm leading to is the fact of the matter is we weren't like from that point from them it wasn't like you could trust. I mean we had people that was getting killed like Emmett Till getting killed for whistling at a white woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Supposedly, and she say he didn't even whistle at her. Now she's old and ain't nobody done nothing to her. You know what I'm saying? Like now she old. He was beat till he looked like a fucking alien in the casket. You didn't ever see that? He
No.
looked like an alien in the casket. It was crazy. Like I don't know how you beat ass that direction. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just I wasn't taught to have a trust in that direction, and still in today's news and media, I still have a certain little issue with certain things, and I know for a fact that Chip won't have the same hard time that I have in certain situations. So when it comes to dating, like I tried to talk to a white woman the other day about, saying the way, black and white relationships.
And everything
have.
was cool until other people started seeing, and then she said, "Get away from me."
It was cool. It was cool. Chip be saying some shit, boy. Chip be trying to get me. Hey, it was cool, but it was cool until she got to the point where she didn't understand. She got to the point where it was like, I'm saying, as a black man, it's just sad when I have to go through, that racism or be subjected to being stereotyped.
But
And she was like, she kept going with this statement. She kept saying, well, I don't see color, nobody, you shouldn't see color. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool for you. For you saying that, it's cool, it works for you. But it doesn't matter for me whether I see color or not.
People are gonna see it.
People see it.
They see that I'm, colored in this aspect. Oh,
You're a little bit browner than the rest of us.
right?
yeah.
A lot browner than you, Chip.
And my dad is blacker than him, literally.
Your dad
Like,
is black. I seen him.
black than him, like
Okay.
black as your t-shirt. I don't know how I feel about this color. And I'm burnt right now from Six Flags, so what does that say?
Riding all the roller coasters.
But I don't think it's like race specific. I'm newly single, obviously, since like April. So like I've dated, and I've always dated Hispanic guys. Like my daughter's mixed black, but I've always dated Hispanic guys. So and I look more Hispanic. But in my recent breakup, I'm like, fuck Hispanic guys, they're psycho. I'm gonna date black and white guys. These guys, not literally date these guys, but I decided to just switch it up, right? So I did, and I went out with a white guy friend of mine, and white girls were looking at me like, "Why the fuck are you with him?" And
Stanky hoe.
just last week, actually, I went out with a black friend of mine, super hot too. So that didn't help. Like he could have been ugly, and then maybe they wouldn't look so hard. Like the whole freaking time we were at the restaurant, they were like staring at us, and my back was facing them. It was mainly black girls, but there was one particular Mexican girl kept staring at us, and she was there with her dude. But it was mainly black girls that were together in groups at different tables.
Maybe they
and the
figured out the
waitresses.
fly.
Like he even told me, he's like, "This is so stupid." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "She's literally like dancing. She was shaking. She had a butt. I don't have a butt. Y'all know that. She literally
So
was
what
shaking.
happened?
Hold
She
on,
was
no,
shaking
you
her
don't
ass.
know that. I'm new to this show.
Oh yeah, you're so, no, we should remember it did have a butt.
Yeah, we gotta.
With all the racial stuff going on over there with Vicki V, the one thing she's missing is ass.
So
Huh.
I know he heard ass. That's it. Okay, so this girl was, and she was hot.
That was my
Like
cue.
I felt like so. How can I say? I kind of felt insecure at that moment because like she got up and walked to the bar, and she was like in a really tight fitted white dress, and she had a big butt and like no tummy, and like I was like, if you want to talk to her, like you can. Like I can't compete with that. Like and he was like, I'm looking at you. I'm not paying attention to her. But this girl literally behind my back was dancing and shaking her butt and looking at him, giving him fuck faces.
You know,
And
like
he
I
told me,
think,
but I'm not gonna get ghetto. Cause
I
it
think
was
all
like
these
a date.
problems like literally come down to like
That
three
would have
things.
been awesome.
For me to get ghetto.
Oh,
Get
fuck
ghetto.
yeah.
No. I was in the military. I would like literally
Oh,
kill this bitch.
Fuck yeah.
You know what
They
I'm
taught me
saying?
how to
Like,
break noses, arms,
Get all
and
up in
legs.
her
Like,
shit.
come on. I
well,
can't get
you know,
ghetto.
It's
Can't
all
afford it.
about all we're talking about is the way people are looking at themselves through other people's eyes, and it's not like we're like how are they impersonating us? Like people are like, oh no, I don't think that, and you're like, yes you do.
Yes.
'Cause it's something we have
They do.
preconceived. And sometimes they do, but not always. It's a preconceived notion in our head, and a lot of us, no matter if it's about Christians against Muslims, Muslims against Hindus, or whatever it is, or if it's black versus white, or Chinese versus Japanese, or Chinese versus Chinese. It's all about the preconceived notion they have of the other person. They hear bad things, so when they come in contact, they already have these preconceived notions built up.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just people lack confidence. They
My
lack
thing
confidence
is-
in themselves to shine and be like, fuck that girl's booty, my titties look way nicer.
That's what I was talking
You know what
about.
I'm saying?
Ours were sagging.
You know, I say one of the strangest things though is it's the concept, man. The reason why a race relation is struggling. I mean, because y'all gotta think about it. They still having KKK rallies.
Yeah.
They are.
Like that's some crazy shit. Like
And there'll always be those hateful groups.
Not
the
to defend it, but
Just
Klan
period,
isn't
but like
nearly as
cops
big or
are
as
fucking
powerful
killing
as
black
it
guys
used
for
to be.
no fucking reason. So obviously racism is a huge issue regardless.
you know. Hold on. Let me make sure I go with what Chip said. He said the Klan is not as big and as powerful as it used to be.
That's true.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that it's right either. I know you're not saying that. What I'm saying is no matter what, if I stand with 3 of my friends that look like me, we look like we're in a gang. Like,
Yeah.
this is the concept. 3 or more of us is a gang.
And that's-
And that's,
and we're
that's
more
bad
nations
because
and
like
shit.
you're a very educated, smart businessman. You know, you have so much good.
Well, white
going for
guy
you, but they
standing
just-
on a corner
it's
and
a
people see
stereotype.
something different.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
and that's
it's
the
just a
thing.
stereotype.
It's just
What I'm saying is the gang relation, like, people don't really bang out here in Texas the way they do in California. California is completely different. Chicago for sure is completely different.
Thank you.
You don't want to go out there on no gangbanging stuff and be
Right, I'm gonna
fake
go
or
back.
phony.
No,
Everybody
because
share
people here in
for me,
Texas
please.
have guns.
It's free to
Believe
share.
that.
Promise.
But people in Chicago have guns, shoot, and
You
get
know
away
what's
with
in
the
my
shit.
head?
and you know what? You know what the sad part about that part is out in Chicago, really, my brother lives out there.
That's true.
All those killings happen in a
very
small
true, Josh.
few blocks.
Yep.
In a little square mile. It's not like happening all over the town. It's just in this one square block. The cops got them copped in. They just don't care. They just let people kill themselves, and they just come in and clean
Thanks
up.
for
And
watching,
that's
Nick.
the mentality, and that's where we got to change is the mentality of people.
And what I
then these
was
problems
saying
can change. You
in
know what I'm
relation
saying?
to that though is that he said the Klan is not as big and as powerful as it is. But to you, the Klan doesn't seem like anything. To me, the Klan is scary. regardless of how big or powerful it is, it's scary because I don't know if I fuck around, run into a Klansman, and I get into a normal altercation with him, that power that's standing with him is still more powerful than me by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
He's hating on me
Call
just
in and tell us about it.
for nothing. So I don't know. You know, like I say, it's still scary for me. It's scary for my child. It's scary for my woman.
I feel that.
It's scary for everything that I got going just because we black, even if we doing the right shit. You know, like they did a recent interview or something where it was a guy saying, you know, he went to the Ku Klux Klan type of thing, to Klan country or Klan county or whatever. And they were like, you can't go over there, you can't go over there. He was like, well, what happens if I go over there? He's like, dude, I'm just saying it wouldn't be good to go over there. You know, I don't want to get into all that. But just don't go over there. Just go stay over here. You know what I'm saying? He kept putting it like that. The reality is and then they burnt the SWAT sticker or whatever it is. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. So the reason race relation happens or comes up for me is because when do you trust? Right now, Bill Cosby got all kinds of white women coming out the blue saying he popped a pill and they drank.
Is it for that money
you
though?
guys call in. Like
Is
I
it
hear,
for
I
that
see
money?
the
They
didn't
stories
like
and
the
stuff,
pudding.
but like don't
Oh,
be shy.
yeah,
Just
was
call
he
in
always
and
trying to
just
dip
tell
his
us
spoon in the
what you
pudding?
think. Like people love to hear other people's opinions besides just us
Listen,
four.
Vicky V is talking to the live.
They're saying some really good stuff, and I have to. Okay,
What's
I gotta tell you guys what Michael said.
What
which
did
is
Michael
it's just
say?
deep. It says, don't you ever believe that the KKK is dead? They just traded the white sheets for blue uniforms. Please. That was deep.
It was deep. That was very much. That's a very conscious statement. And at the end of the day, not a lot of people are going to agree with that. They'll say, "What about the black cops?" Well, you're part of the same process that causes you to be socially biased to a certain ethnic group.
And this is what the whole thing coming back to it is that people trying to put people in groups.
I had to put the glasses.
Not all cops are bad. Not all black people are
You've got some people though that
not
want
all
to be
Mexicans
put in,
eat tamales
they want
on
to put themselves
Christmas.
in groups.
Not all Italians eat lasagna on
Nearsighted.
Christmas. No, that's false. All
Is it
Italians eat
farsighted?
lasagna on
I think we
Christmas.
got Michael on the phone right now.
Come on,
Alright, we
Michael.
have
What's good, brother?
Mr. Fan Club.
You're live, Uncontrolled Substance Radio. What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro?
Man, chilling. What you got going, man? That was you just made that statement?
I mean, just to add a few things to it. I mean, you guys are living in the day and age right now. This shit is just as bad as it was in the 60s and 70s. But you don't see them going around burning crosses and all that type of shit no more. All that shit is deleted. It's just like the mob. Everybody thinks the mob here in Vegas is dead. They still run Vegas. All that shit still exists. They just learn how to disguise it a whole lot easier. Look how they disguise everything.
That's right. Hey.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you see cats running around with swastikas. I mean, that's really Taliban terroristic type shit.
For real. Real talk. Real talk.
Real talk. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Back when I was coming out, when I came out of high school, I graduated high school here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at Southern University. And I'll never forget, Southern is all black. But if you go across the street to LSU, it's mixed up over there. And it was a white girl that liked me. I played ball. So the white girl would literally have to hide me. It's like down south, they're 20 years behind time. It's not like out here it is on the West Coast. And I'm from the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, if I didn't leave the Bay Area, I never saw white people. I didn't have to look in them. I never went to school with white people till I got here. So when you talk about the diversity now, look at all these mixed kids that's running around now. And they thought that would solve the issue. But they still got to mark black on their application.
Yeah.
They can't they don't mark biracial. They black. As long as you got 8% of that blood up in you, you black. And that's how it goes. So dealing with how these kids deal with it, I just sit and watch them every day. I just sit back and watch them every day.
So you think it's more of an issue down south?
Down south is see, the difference between down south and out here, out in the west, down south is known up front. Boy, don't come down the street. You better go up the street yonder. That means get the hell away from you. They don't like your ass. Out here on the west coast, they'll smile in your face and stab you behind your back. That's the difference. It's not known up front.
Damn.
They, you know, as far as hiring jobs and stuff like that is concerned, no, they're going to tell you to come out and fill out the application, but it ain't what you know, it's who you know. So I knew at a young age, I wasn't working for these motherfuckers. That's out the question.
Man, Mike, you done dropped some bombs on us today, man. Golly.
Yeah, bring the OG knowledge, man. Appreciate it.
I knew this was going to be an interesting topic. And the way this topic has to be kind of separated is from down there to out here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's definitely a major difference.
Have you ever been out of the country?
Yeah. I was in the military myself.
What do you get from the outer country, like when you go to other places?
When we go to other places, check this out. They have what they call a Liberty Brief every port that you go to. My first year in the military, I made all Navy playing basketball. So I traveled around Europe on plane with David Robinson.
Yeah.
David Robinson was still in the academy.
Okay.
Man, we ain't got a problem nowhere we go. During that Liberty Brief, they tell you where you can and can't go. Where you can't go is where you will find every brother in the fleet. Because we can go all them places. But the white Americans, they hate them with a passion. They hate them.
Yeah, right.
Because they know they're dirty. They know how dirty this country is. The propaganda that we have here about other countries,
Yeah.
it's the same shit over there. But when you get over there, you find out, man, we ain't got no problems.
Well,
I used to literally step over dead white bodies when I was in the Philippines.
Damn.
And we were going after the Middle Marcos. We ain't had no problems.
well, hey, Mike, man, that's some real tough situation there, man. We appreciate you calling in. We got some other people trying to get up in
We
here,
thank you for your service too, of course.
Yeah, thanks for your service, man.
and we thank you
Good
for your
stories.
service, brother.
Good stories. Great stories.
All right.
All right, brother.
He's actually coming to Houston. He lives in Vegas. He's coming to Houston just for our show.
No doubt.
Man.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's a big fan of us.
Uncontrolled
he's
substance, man. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, though. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
I
he
would
dropped
drop
a
it.
mission statement on y'all boy. Yeah. Hey, he does
Thank you
his
for
homework.
calling in, Michael.
Yeah, Mike is the
He's
man.
always sharing our shit. He's
So here's the thing. Back to like for instance, when I went to Oklahoma one time when I was driving trucks.
Just once.
Yeah, just once, man. Oklahoma ain't
Wow,
got
man.
shit.
there's no
to
reason
do.
to go back twice.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to do in Oklahoma.
Right. We're driving through it.
Go
That's
with
what you
story.
do.
Yeah, man.
That's the only thing to do.
You already look like a cleaver.
Sorry, all you Oklahoma fans.
I went to
Yeah.
Oklahoma, and when I went to Oklahoma, they had that was my first time experiencing white women shooting at me, real tough. Like,
Shooting?
Like literally bang
Oh.
bang.
I'm sorry.
Damn, Vicki be blonde sometime, man. She is
They get
blonde.
blonde, they're not
Damn.
Oh.
They was shooting they shot, trying to see if I hollered at them, trying to let me know they was attracted to me.
Oh, wow.
And I felt awkward. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't trust y'all.
Pineapples.
I can't just go out there with you and I'll be like, you say I hurt you or anything. Like, I'm
Yeah.
looking at them like this. If anything happened where they don't like something I said or do, then it could be some old way.
You didn't do it well enough.
Kobe Bryant type shit.
Kobe Bryant tore it loose, so I don't know if that statement you made make any sense. He tore her loose.
What do you mean tore?
She had
She knew
some
she
terror.
wanted to do this shit.
She wanted to get tore up. You
Okay,
said, oh,
like
you
a
want to
wizard's
tore up?
dick.
She got some
I'll
terror.
tell you loose.
Like a wizard's
Bill
man.
Cosby said, you gonna have to go to sleep for this tear loose happened to
I
you.
heard he put it in like Jello or pudding or something.
Hey man, that's crazy. And that's
Jello.
that's the thing is, I always wonder, man, if a bunch of like I mean, it wasn't even like bad white chicks coming out of nowhere for Bill Cosby. It was like some mediocres. It was some.
I mean, but damn, that happened 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When they were
I'm just
30, that's
saying,
60 now.
damn.
Yeah. You know Bill didn't care.
30 years ago?
Bill just wants some pudding.
That's what I'm talking about. The white woman can
Don't get the
come.
burden.
Hey, we hit that hey coming out the corner. That killed me.
Thank you, Brittany.
I just died.
Hello.
But you know, 30 years
Hi,
later,
hi, hi.
he can come back. They can come back and try to get you for some shit. Like,
For real.
that's scary. So why would I date a white girl and risk that chance? Like, so I
Not
can date.
all women are psychotic. Like that's
I
the
think-
thing. You can't clump everybody.
He said all women are psychotic.
No, I didn't.
You did. I
She
was
said
totally
not all.
rewinded shit.
Not all.
Oh.
Not all.
I was like, I was
Not
totally
all.
rewinded shit. Okay.
Wink, wink. Nah, I'm just joking.
I mean, there might be one or two sane ones out there.
yeah, but you
I
know.
want someone to call in who feels like there should not be biracial dating. I want to know what
Yeah,
they think
I mean-
and why. Like, seriously, let's get this shit.
I'll tell you what. I got a
Like,
story about.
I love people's opinions.
We got
I want
another
them to
caller,
be
y'all.
great. Here we go.
Let's
we got
hear
another
it.
caller.
We got another caller. What's going on? Calling this Uncontrolled Substance Radio. Let us know.
Hey, what's up, family? What's up?
What's
going
good?
on? Who we speaking with?
Yeah, it's Josh. I was just live with y'all on Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like with racial issues today is just like a lack of understanding between like individuals today. Like people,
Real talk.
like
Real talk.
people
Can we all just get along?
If you're calling, you have to wait. Someone's calling right now.
that they
Wait a
forget
second.
that family not just the motherfuckers in your household. I mean, people in your household. Family is like everybody on this earth. And when you forget that, you neglect that. You neglect like the people next door to you. If the people in your house are the only thing you care about. So then you get problems from neighbors and who wants to live next door? Who really wants to live next door to somebody that they have beef with?
For real.
And it's like people forget that, you know, we got different skin colors, such and such, and different beliefs and different backgrounds and such, but like all your actions and behaviors like have negative and positive consequences on everybody you come in contact with. That's like
Sure, man. It's all about respect.
Hey man, that's a hella dope concept. So you think everybody should just
It's all about respecting everybody.
respect each
Get
other?
along.
respect and trying to understand each other.
For real.
Without that effort to try and understand each other, you won't ever like knock yourself down to the same level as someone.
Sure.
You know what I mean? With that superiority, you're gonna always have the other side inferior in your eyes. You know what I mean?
For real.
You gotta like not necessarily dumb yourself down, but you gotta kind of step off the pedestal. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put whatever it is that you think is different or whatever. You gotta put it on the pedestal. You gotta examine it. You gotta dig deep. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
It's like people see black people on the surface, and it's like disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I sag my pants. I talk a certain way. I curse. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they don't
Fuck, I curse all the time.
Chip say he curse all the time.
Chip always fucking cusses.
I'm always fucking
You
cussing.
know,
Right?
people let that blind them to the truth. You know what I'm saying? Just because I said one curse word, you let everything else I say fly out the window.
Well, fuck them
Just because I
motherfuckers.
sag my pants,
No, you're right. You're right.
If I sag my pants, I'm stupid, et cetera, et cetera. You know
No,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you're nailing it on the head, man. It's all about that respect, having compassion, and then having confidence in yourself. And you got those things, man. Just like you're talking about all those problems. If people had those three things, the world would be a lot better place. You know what I'm saying? Respect, have compassion for others, and have confidence in yourself and what you do. And shit, if that.
That's what I feel like is like the misconception. Like people think it's about self, but self is just like you putting yourself over everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I think what
Well, that's where the compassion would come in, and where you have compassion for others
Hold
and
on,
listen to
someone's
others.
on the line. That's why
Hey.
we can't get through.
what's the
Hey,
call's name?
We're finna
man,
hang
we
up right
appreciate
now.
you putting in your,
Yeah, man, real
putting in your
talk,
2
man.
cents, man. Continue to call in. We got some other callers trying to get through, man. We're gonna
I
link
see
up
your
with
call. Hang on tight.
Thanks for calling in,
Go
man.
ahead and try to call now. We're hanging up with him
Hey,
now.
man,
We'll
good
wait
shit,
for
good
now.
shit.
You know, it was something that he was saying that that occurred to
Hi,
me.
my name is Tukalaya, and I will to accept, press 1. Just
This is Uncontrolled Substance Radio. You gonna have to say your name over again because I tried to catch it. What is your name?
And where you from?
Okay, my first name is Titilayo, and it's Titilayo.
Is that like Pico
And
de
the last
Gallo?
name is Osaya, Osaya.
It's beautiful.
Where are you from?
My father is from Lagos, Nigeria, and my mother is of French descent.
Ooh.
And my mother's father is a white man from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and my great-grandmother is of Indian descent, and my great-grandfather is from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and he is also a Caucasian man.
So when she checks the box,
Being rough, growing up as a child, it was hard for me and my siblings because whenever my father would drop us off at school, you know, African American kids would just be like, oh, okay, you're black, but then when my mom would drop us off, the white kids would be like, well, what are you? You know, who do you identify with? And they would tease us because of the texture of our hair, our skin complexion, and tell us that, oh, you can't be of African descent because the stereotypical type that they're used to seeing with Africans is dark skin with nasty, coarse hair, running around, unclothed, you know, very poor. And that was a rough stigmatism placed on us by our peers growing up. And I can remember when I was in 6th grade, because I was always having an angle on me because of that. My mother would always tell me and my siblings, you can't worry about people who choose to be ignorant because their families will not educate them.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Let me ask you real quick. What is it that you look like?
My picture is exactly what it is. I have the caramel red tone skin, but and I have light brown eyes, and my hair is the wavy, curly.
Keep
texture.
going. Keep going.
Blood track said keep going.
Keep going. hey, sexy doesn't have a color, beautiful.
But I mean, my mother told us that she was not going to marry someone of the same descent as her because she didn't want her kids to endure what her and her siblings would be through. Because with my mother, it was 7 of them. Between girls and boys, and she just didn't want that for us. So when she met my father at Southern University, they remained friends. People gave them a hard time.
what's going on at Southern University?
Yeah, your father is there.
And when I was in 6th grade, my father said he was taking us back home to his country. It was the first time ever that I was meeting my grandparents on my father's side, because they graduated college, got married, and we never met them. So to my father's people, my mother was a white woman. They didn't want to hear nothing else at all. My father had to explain to them she's not. And I decided to do a documentary to show my peers that Africans are not poor. And I was walking around to a 6th grader with a big radio recorder and video camera on my shoulder showing them that they drive Lexus, have house, doctors, nurses, lawyers, like over here in the States.
What did you do with that documentary?
I presented it as a project to my class. Because the teacher told us that we could do whatever we wanted to do for a social history project. And when my father said for Christmas, that was our Christmas present to us to go back home to his native country, that was the best project for me. They couldn't say nothing to me because I dressed in attire. My mom prepared traditional food from my dad's side, her side of the family, and they didn't tease me anymore. They were a little bit enlightened, but they still had some kids that would be with the ignorant questions. And to this day, being 37 years old, I still go through that. With me being a nurse, I have a coworker, and she says the only time that I count to be black is during Black History Month. Other than that, the other 364 days, I don't count. And she'll tell the patients when they say, oh, the little nurse that's circumspected with the wavy curly hair, I need to talk to her. And she'll say, oh, she's not black. She's not all the way black.
So when the last time you slapped that person in the mouth?
It's very hard for me not to really just go off on her because I choose to let her be ignorant in her own way.
Let me ask you
she
this.
doesn't understand how she looks to people when she says things like that.
Do you feel like Rachel Dolezal should have been black or white? Rachel Dolezal, you know what it is?
She pretended to be leader of the NAACP. Personally, if she chose to identify with being being black and that's what she wanted, I'm not against the lady on that because she was pushing issues that was very important and need to be addressed. So if she felt
But couldn't she do that as
That's
a white
true, but
woman?
isn't that a little deceptive?
Yeah, couldn't you do that as a white woman?
Exactly.
To say that you were born this way and then you can't identify with what you were actually raised up and born to believe, which are things that were taught to you, that you don't value that. You value this race more, you value their reasons more than your own. So, I mean, that was a hell of a lot of guts on her behalf to do that.
Let me ask you.
So I wasn't mad at her for that.
So your dad was what race again?
My dad's from Lagos, Nigeria. He's
Lagos,
Nigerian.
Nigeria. And your mom was some of French origin.
French. Yes.
Origin.
My mom's maiden name is DeCuire, D-E-C-U-I-R-E. And a lot of DeCuires, they'll drop the E, and they'll say they're not related to the ones who spell it with the E. But it's all because of the migration with the area as to where that came about.
So I have a question. When people see you, typically, what do they think you are? Do they just assume that you're a certain race? Like, what do you look like you are a certain race already?
She said she had.
For some people, they are confused because they'll tell me, I don't want to offend you, but I think you're black, but I'm really not that sure.
I don't want to offend you, but I'm going to go ahead and try anyways.
What'd you say?
He say they don't want to offend you, but they're gonna try anyways.
Yeah, like how would that offend you by being black?
And they'll say it because they'll look at my name and they'll say, okay, you're not from here. So that lets me know off the top, I can't say that you are 100% black. So what are you?
It sounds like a Hawaiian name.
Thank you. Like, and I have a 6-year-old son that'll be 7, and he gets that as well too. But his father is black, with me, with my background. And he just happened to take on the dominant side of my mother's side with the fair complexion, the white eyes, the sandy, brownish blonde hair. And he
And a
goes
built-in
every day
natural
telling
tan.
him, my grandfather is Nigerian, my grandmother is this, my great this. And we tell him all the time, you can't help people who don't want to learn stuff.
Yep.
All you have to do is constantly humble yourself. Don't allow yourself to be placed in a situation where your back is against the wall and then everything comes tumbling down on you. And the person who started the problem, they're getting away scot-free. I said, you beat them with being educated in your books.
Huh.
You beat them
That's
with
wisdom
knowing
right
the
there.
truth,
Stick.
I love
and
that.
let them continue to be ignorant.
I tell my daughter to embrace it. She's mixed too. She goes to like a predominantly white school in Kingwood here in Houston. There's like 7 kids, 7.5 if you count her because she's 75% black. And I tell her to embrace it. Mixed kids, to me, I've never seen an ugly mixed kid. They're beautiful. They're like the most beautiful kids. You don't know what they are. You're confused, but regardless, they're beautiful.
I'm gonna say this. Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Slidell, Louisiana.
Slidell.
Awesome.
We appreciate you calling in. And how did you come across our page?
Well, actually, I came across her page because the fact is,
Keep calling in, world.
I'm not going to say what her Facebook page is, but me and her met briefly, like a few months way back, like last year, through a photographer, through a photo shoot, and she happened to do my hair and makeup on the set. So we remained Facebook friends, and every time the page would come up, she would invite me to watch, and I would listen in on the topics, and I would tell people about it. And when this topic was up for discussion, it's a strong subject for me because I feel as though you can't help who you love and who you choose to fall in love with.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my father did not know he was going to leave Africa and come to the States and meet my mother at Southern University campus. They won't fall in love. Like I said, they remained friends for a long time. And every time my mother would bring my father home, my grandparents would tell my mom, that's going to be your husband. She never denied it. So when they got engaged, my grandfather said, welcome to the family, son-in-law. They never looked down on my father from him being from Nigeria, being of African descent at all. They embraced it.
Let me ask you this. Have you seen the movie Coming to America?
I was just thinking that.
It teased all the time about that. All the time.
Hakeem, saw your oil.
We still get that to this day, and I laugh about it. It's actually one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's a great movie.
Well, we appreciate you calling. What you say your name? How we say your name again? I want to say it.
It's
Mother named
Himalaya.
Cassius.
T. Talayo.
Yes, and it's your
I'm gonna
consent,
Cassius.
and it means
Cassius,
everlasting
there you go.
happiness.
Everlasting happiness.
We
But
thank you
appreciate-
His mama named him
Hey,
Cassius. I'm gonna call him
We
Cassius.
thank you for
We
calling.
happy everlasting because of you.
Hey, God
Keep
bless
watching and share it, and if
Thank
you come
you
up,
so
if you
much.
you know if you ever want to call in again, obviously call us and let us know what you think, because you sound beautiful. You obviously have a very great heart, and I love it.
Thank you. I do have a big heart, and I just wish that more people would, like you said with your daughter, embrace the fact, period, because, I mean, we're here to stay. We're not just going to fall off the planet of the earth. And
Yep.
we're going to have to face this every day, point blank and period, regardless of what our occupations are in life. You never know. You may need one of the biracial individuals that
You
have
will.
a problem
You
save
will
your
need.
life.
to
Yeah.
save
We will.
your life.
That's right.
Yep, we will
To
need
help
each
you
other
with
at
your
one point in life.
automobile, to help you with your
Independence
you never
Day.
know who you're going to
Independence
be
Day.
as you're going up the ladder and when the other person's falling down trying to drag another race down. They never
Exactly.
know.
Well, we appreciate you, Titilayo. Look, I got it. Ooh, yeah, see what he said. All right.
Don't let him fool you. He's all about the hate.
All right, you take it easy.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings to you guys.
Thank you, Brittany. As she said, I
Yeah, and you know that's that. Have you guys seen that movie that's out? It's called Loving. It's about the case where the couple, the
Yes.
Loving versus
Calling
Virginia,
in.
was a
You're
court
beautiful,
case
so I love
that
it.
the Supreme Government actually said that yes, you can now have interracial marriage. And there's a movie out about it. I don't know if anybody's seen it. Maybe somebody out there in the internet world's seen it. You know what I'm
I
talking
did.
about?
It was a
I forgot the
it
actor's
was a big
name.
motion picture.
Yeah, it's
and
out. It's
like
called
they had
Loving. I saw it on
Yes.
HBO.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
see
it's
the movie, but
I don't know the girl's names. Same girl that's she's in
and
Preacher
she
right
had to
now.
like hide the. She was like the baby.
Yeah.
Having
What's
kids.
it
Yes,
called?
I didn't see the movie.
The
What's
name
it
of the
called?
movie is called Loving.
Loving.
Look it up.
Yeah, and it's about Mildred Loving and Richard Loving. They're a couple from Virginia, and it was in 1960s, the mid 1960s, and he was basically went to the Supreme Court to say, hey, we want to be married, we love each other, what's the problem?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was the
I remember
society at the time. It really wasn't, and that's what people don't get. Like, it don't matter
And
who it is. Like, love's
how do
love.
you say her name? Titalaya?
Titilayo.
Titalaya.
Pico de Gallo.
She she made me think about, and I'm gonna try to brief in my story. You're an idiot, Chip. I'm gonna try to make a long story
Chip,
short.
we'll
But
talk about Pico de Gallo.
I know. I want people. We go to Chacho's after the show every day. You have to talk about people that go. We'll get you extra. No, but I do want to tell my story. I told my mom we were doing this episode, and I'm her only mixed child. My brother and sister are full Mexican, and you know, my mom, once you go black, you don't go back. Apparently. But
Unless you're
when,
Italian.
She fell off the reservation.
when my grandfather, you know, he passed away when I was 7, just decades ago. He was prejudiced. He was, and he was on radio, which that's why my aunt, she was commending me that one time. Remember?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, hey, that's 180. We get full circle, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's awesome
180
that,
right
that
here.
you know he was a great man. He really was, but he lived in a time that we didn't live in.
Yeah.
So when he found out that my mom was pregnant from a black guy by me, he kicked her out the house. He told her she had to get out, and she did. So she left. My dad got her a home and everything. Well, my grandmother was still very supportive. You know, moms are more supportive than dads usually,
Sure.
even in whatever situation. So my grandmother was there when I was born, and she called my grandfather, and she was like, "You need to come see her. She's not black. She doesn't look black. She doesn't look like them." Is how my grandmother told him, and I'm not kidding you.
Them.
Okay. So and my grandmother only spoke Spanish. My grandfather spoke both. So my grandfather was like, "Fine, I'll come see her." He saw me. And he fell in love with me. I was.
No.
He was right. I see, mira. So
that's what happened with my son.
But
Same
look,
thing.
catch this though. This is the kicker, and it made me want to cry even thinking about it. Just listening to her story. So he fell in love with me. He called me his #1 grandchild, and all my cousins. Y'all can hate if y'all want to be on. No, this shit's true.
Shit that gets
I was #1, but this is the thing. He told me to save my pennies, and I did. He told me to save my pennies to fix my nose. Because I had a nigger nose.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
Did you fix your nose?
No.
Oh.
My nose still, and I'm gonna be honest with
You got a
everyone, because
beautiful
y'all know
nose,
I've had plastic surgery. It was embedded in my head for a long time, and I was ignorant, I was stupid. So when I turned 18, I know my mom was watching, I had my mom take me to a plastic surgeon to go fix my nose. And I have the picture. I should have brought it and should have got it ready. They actually did like a computerized picture of what it would look like afterwards. I told the doctor I don't want it to be too pointy. I just need it smaller. And
Well,
my mom,
Thomas Jefferson noses.
before I went, my mom was like, you know, Mija's daughter in Spanish, I'm sure y'all know. You know, your grandfather was from a different time. I know he is. I'm ignoring that. But my mom told me, hey, your grandfather was from a different time frame, and he doesn't, you know, you're beautiful the way you are, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I know, Mom, but I want to fix it. You're stupid. And I went to get it, consultation. It was $4,200, I remember. And
Consultation?
It was a consultation.
Just to have the dude talk to you was $4,200?
No, the consultation was like $80.
Oh,
No.
you said 42.
You said
No,
$4,200.
$4,200 he told me the consultation was $80. He did a picture before and after.
He's like,
he saw what I
breathing
wanted to make it not as wide, make it not look the way it looks now. And basically, it was $4,200. My mom told me she'd help me pay it if I really wanted it done, but she really wanted me to know I was beautiful the way I was, and my grandfather was from a different time, and he didn't understand, and I don't need it. And I still contemplated. I took the pictures home to like family and friends. I was married at the time to my husband, and they were like, "You look like Michael Jackson."
Pay me the Facebook Live.
So I didn't do it.
Pay me that shit.
Not here.
Let me tell you.
So I didn't do it. Just so y'all know, this is my nose
I was
naturally.
like, yeah,
Say
but
nose.
you got,
And me and my
hey, it's
nose.
perfect with your face.
I think so
People
now.
been saying that my nose make me look like I'm Young Jock.
You
With
do.
the hat and the glasses, I just wore
That's
it
who you
just so
look like.
people can talk their shit. But
Young
yeah, they
Jock.
always say I look like Young Jock. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I didn't feel like he made too many bad choices in the people he hit on that show. So, when it comes down to it, me being the trap, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, we about to go on a little break here. I'm still waiting for Malcolm and Lisa to give us a call. I really want to get them in here. I'm going to have to call them my goddamn self. But we up in this thing. Y'all stay tuned. The live feed is still going to continue, so y'all welcome to still talk that shit. We're going to go through it and try to see if we can read some comments or something like that. But definitely, we appreciate everybody. We'll be back. We live.
Sorry. Fucked up.
We live at 5 again.
DJ Ghost Danger over there.
I played the second song when it stopped because I noticed it stopped.
Basically, y'all,
Danger, danger.
shit happening. Sorry if you was listening to silence. We'll just chalk that up to the veterans and Memorial Day.
Meditating on our topic.
Yeah, meditating, Mediterranean Sea, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Brittany Inc. is on the live feed, y'all. We appreciate Brittany Inc. being up in that thing.
What up, Brittany?
You know what I'm talking about? She's supporting over there. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing, sharing and liking and shit.
This is what she do.
This what she do. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we're getting back on this topic, man, because I still feel like we haven't touched the meat of the topic, which is what's wrong with interracial dating.
There's a lot wrong with it.
Tell us what you think is a lot wrong, Chip, because you've been talking a lot of shit this show, and I want to see I want to see what you got going on.
People ought to stick with their own kind.
Why? Are you serious right now?
Chip, we about to take turns slapping you.
I sure was gonna buy him and then you getting your own.
Chip, what you talking about? Tell us the truth.
People should stick with their own kind.
Why? Who's it?
People is a kind, you know what I'm saying?
Chip, put it. Look, Chip. Come on, man.
I mean, like,
Let's do it. Let's
humans should stick with humans, chimpanzees with chimpanzees. The fuck?
Come on, Chip.
Okay, that works.
Are you talking about like stick with your own religion, with your own color, with your own
No, we're
nationality?
talking about race, so
whatever?
he knows what he's
You're
talking
saying
about.
something
What are we
right
talking
on the
about?
borderline of saying you people. And that's gonna be
What do
fucked
you mean,
up.
you people?
What do you mean?
It's gonna be hey, come on man, you gotta explain this shit, you gotta be fucked up.
I got him riled. If I'd done anything, I got him riled.
Page about that.
But what do you mean, Chip? Come on.
No, I don't mean anything by it. I was just fucking with you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck.
Shit, man, we about to give you your ass. I was ready
I know.
too. I was ready.
Yeah, that was loaded. Yeah,
Hey, you know, I'm like
Everybody's-
jump kicking that ass.
Everybody's getting ready to jump over the table to come
It's
at
like
me.
grandma with
I
that
thought
shotgun
you
just
were gonna
waiting
have
for
something
someone to break in
logical
the
to
house.
say. Nothing would be logical in that, honestly. But I
This
thought
is
you would have.
this is a little this. I need permission to use the N-word just once.
No, you don't get that.
You
like
don't?
that.
Okay.
You're not gonna get us off the radio already. We just started.
Chip about to get everybody.
Just here's something that's a little
Say
unrelated.
jigger.
Jigger.
No, fuck that.
Jiggle
Don't
what?
get fucked up for us telling you.
Yeah.
Don't say shit that relates to that word.
All right, I'll keep it straight.
Okay.
Just a little aside. Here's something that I always thought was really funny. Would you look at me and think that I am anywhere close to being an N-word?
No.
Okay.
But your friends call you that.
No, this is really interesting. My aunt, on my mom's side of the family, my mom's mom was Italian. Whose phone is popping?
Is that your phone?
No.
That's Papa.
Oh, it's wrong.
We good, we good.
Okay.
Pop-up
Anyways.
TV popping up out there.
When my grandfather, my mom's dad, went back to West Virginia and told his family that he was marrying an Italian woman,
It's fine.
they all said to him, "Why would you want to do that? You're
They don't
going to
care,
wind
it's
up
fine.
with N children."
See, that people are always hating on us Italians, man. I bet.
My point here is that, I mean, it's
It's
just
true, man.
it's a matter of worldview and perspective.
Well,
I mean,
the thing
especially
is-
in this day and
Yeah,
age,
it
you
is
wouldn't imagine.
Hey, it still goes on more probably in this day and age.
I'm just saying.
Well, let's say this, Chip. Understand that what you're speaking on is a racial bias that's always there. But do you know that you never get racially biased? Like,
Who, me?
You don't get that same concept.
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's nobody's gonna say really.
Hot dog.
Don't date Chip. He's white. Don't be with Chip. He's white. That whiteness about him.
Well, I had
is-
some
Man,
brothers
people
come
do
up
that,
on.
and
I
you don't
had
know
some
where they're
brothers
at,
come
you
up
never
on me
know.
in college when I started making a move on.
What was that movie with
black
Bernie
girl.
Mac and Ashton Kutcher?
You talking about Meet the Parents?
No, guess
it
who's
wasn't
trying-
Meet the Parents.
Yeah, it's a rip
Guess
off.
who?
It's
Guess
it
Who?
was a rip off of a
I don't know, who?
1960s movie that was actually
Meet
very
the
so.
Fockers.
No, guess who's coming to
Ben
town?
Stiller.
It was Guess Who, but it was
But like
it
that
was
shit
a
really
poor.
happens. Like you have to, some girls have to like not be able to say, especially I feel like, especially black girls, they can't tell their parents, "Oh, I'm dating a white guy," because they're gonna be like,
Yeah, but we've
"Why are
already
you
heard
bringing this?"
many people say that you're not black.
Yeah, and that's what fucks me up. It's like, okay, I am half black, so why do I get criticized if I'm dating a black
With the
guy?
concept, like with the Guess Who,
Oh, that's real talk.
they got two different aspects of the white man that we have to look at.
Ashton Kutcher isn't white.
We worry
He's
about,
been disowned.
black people would say, we would worry about the punk rockers and people that's like on some like crazy Kiss type shit. That type of shit throws you off because it's like on some like skulls and crossbones.
I would like
trust in that
Marilyn
situation.
Manson.
Yeah.
He was hot.
And then it'd be on some like if you
Marilyn Manson?
I thought he was hot. The whole implants thing and stuff, and he took his ribs out so he could suck his own. Never mind. Go on.
That's hot.
But basically,
Have I been going about this all
Right?
wrong?
I know, right?
Go ahead.
Damn you, extra ribs.
Damn you to hell! Damn you!
So do white guys
Okay, all the
need
guys
four
from
ribs
Princess
taken
get
out?
their
Or
ribs
what?
taken out next week.
Right? Do the white guys need the 4 ribs taken out? Is that how it goes?
what the people saying in the live feed, man.
Where we going? Come
Italians
on,
are
man.
like blacks.
Huh.
That's
Italians
true.
are like blacks.
Right?
They
Because they're,
We eat good or hung like a motherfucker.
I was gonna say ghetto, but they're not ghetto. They're just like
Dark.
mafia niggas.
Come on.
I like it. I think it's sexy.
I think when you have to, what you don't realize, Chip, in a lot of cases, like, I like the fact that you can play. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure you be ready to cover that shit with the I was playing, and because that shit be sounding bad for like 2 seconds. And I'll
I
be
got
like,
you riled.
damn, I'll be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to fuck Chip up today, and I don't want to, man. I like
I saw
Chip.
you getting ready to hot. He's getting ready.
He's like, I'm gonna be all over you like a spider monkey, Chip. He's all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
I was thinking like, damn, Chip, oh shit. I'm about to show him my young jock side.
Sweet baby Jesus.
But I just think that's one reason
$11 baby Jesus.
I worry about being, you know what I'm saying?
Shake it,
Someday,
baby. Shake
at
it,
some
baby.
point, baby Jesus grows up.
How do we get so uncontrolled, y'all? Fuck, I don't know, man. It's too much.
Hey, it's a hard pill to swallow. You know, it's our
It's a hard
uncontrolled
pill to
substance.
swallow.
Unless you have fireball.
That is the slogan, man.
Yeah, went up with that fireball, man.
Blood tracks.
Is this cool?
Make sure
Fireball.
It looks like the uncontrolled substance like thing, like one of our levels.
Oh, yeah, a little medicine.
Man,
A
hey,
teaspoon of Fireball, like
Hey,
medicine. Go down.
Hey, let me take a swig of that fireball.
hey,
Right down your chip.
I'm about to hit Lisa up. Hey, Brittany, let us call you right back. I'm gonna try to hit Lisa up and see if we can get on the live feed.
What's going on out there, world? Hit us
Bye,
up.
Brittany. Love you.
494, Chip.
Bye.
We about to try to get Lisa and Malcolm in this thing.
Shut up, Chip!
Hey, we got any soldiers overseas listening or soldiers listening that maybe fell in love when they're overseas
Hi,
with a
Jessica.
girl that
Hey,
may be of a
Max.
different race
Hey,
or
Jennifer.
color? Call us in, let us know your
Shirley
story.
is what I call
I
you.
teased my mother with that when I was going overseas.
Sometimes I think people.
That I was going to bring home. That I was going to bring
I
home
love
somebody
that,
that didn't look
Jennifer.
like me.
People do devolve instead of evolve.
Yeah, I teased my mom with that too, and then I brought home an Asian Buddhist.
Nice. You brought home some Asian booty. Is that what you said?
Make them sit down. You're talking about Chip.
Let's just say that picked up at the Hong Kong market.
They do like the most of it now.
Oh shit.
Asian booty.
Chip just already talking shit the whole time.
Like, don't
Man, I
piss me
couldn't
off.
get Lisa on there, man. I really wanted to be
All right,
tuned
so
in.
we're going to get
Hey,
on
guys,
topic.
someone texted me and told me that it was buffering in and out. Are y'all getting the same thing, or do they have cricket?
It's a butt ring in and out.
Oh, no, he doesn't have cricket actually.
They got a Boost Mobile.
Hi, this was
No,
tasty.
It's Mr.
Mighty
Gray. I think
tasty.
it's Verizon.
Mr. G, what's happening? Hey, Mr. G is a sponsor right now. I don't know how we got sponsored by a person, but fuck it. That's
Mr.
amazing.
G.
We didn't even
Hey,
need-
that's
we
some
didn't-
G shit
we didn't
right
even
there,
need
you know
a
what I'm talking
business.
about?
We got sponsored by a person.
Mr. G
G.
on that G
You
shit.
can have all the products, like all kind of products, just Mr. G's.
He gets all the products.
Real G's get this shit. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, man. I think it's a big thing because, like I said, I never really got into white women at this point. It's just
All right,
Like,
first off,
like literally-
let's get, how would you define interracial marriage?
Hold on. I gotta get a question. You've never been with a white woman?
No, I've
That's
been
not
with
what
the
he's
white
saying.
woman. That's
He's
not
never
okay.
dated.
I was just
I'm saying this. I want to make this clear because
You ever
it's a
bring a
real
white
strong point.
a white woman home to your mom?
Negative.
Exactly.
What I'm saying, let me make a real strong point. I am not as attracted off top to white women as I am to black women.
Okay.
But it's not because of their
realistic.
race.
No, I'm saying it's so little of amount of attraction. It's almost like I don't see them as an option. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even have
Is that like
this
a
attraction.
What if they got that ass? Because I know you're all about that ass.
I do like ass.
You got that? They got that in you? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not just a self barrier, but it's almost like a self preservation type of shit. Like I don't want to ever be in a position
I feel you.
where the police can whoop my ass because she look like she's red in one spot because the sun was hitting that spot.
That's like a girl like me, and a lot of girls feel that way. I can't see myself with an Asian. I don't find them attractive. Like I don't.
Well, they
I
got-
look at
they got
that's
small
very
dicks.
fucking rare.
I just worry about that. Like I mean,
that-
and that's just self protecting myself.
Chip?
I don't know, just what I heard on the
You say,
internet.
girl.
I mean, it's not like I'm actually thinking about that.
So it doesn't have nothing to do with their race. You just aren't attracted to
You're
it.
just not attracted.
No, I think it has something to do with the race. I really do think it. I don't have no hatred
I hear
towards
they have a
them.
deeper throat.
Who?
Sorry.
Like,
Hold on, no, let's get into this.
I'll
That's
be
supposed to be
honest.
for my sex talk radio, and I gotta tone down the
Hey.
sex talk. I'm trying.
Hey.
I can't help it.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, there are some black women
He
I've been
says,
attracted to, but I mean, as a go-to, that's not my thing. I mean, I'm not Robert De Niro.
You're an
Yeah,
assistant.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know, I mean, there are plenty. I've been attracted to plenty of black women, but I mean, it's not my go-to. You know,
I do think it
I
looks
told
weird
you.
for me, and I don't mean to, and I guess I'm part of the population that has an issue. I think it's weird when I see a white guy with a black girl, and I look at them, I'm just like,
I just feel
it just
like
looks like weird.
it feels strange because it's like
That's
I
because
know.
that's
I caught a lot of
projecting
shit.
negative
I
shit
caught a lot
out.
of
Yeah,
shit in
and I don't
college.
need to, like, I'm not
Yeah,
hating,
it's-
like, I want it to be happy, but when I look, I'm just like, oh, that's an odd couple.
That's what we have to
Like,
get over
it's
as
just
a
like,
society.
okay,
is
but it's not even
projecting
just
negative
that.
shit out, and a lot of
And-
that is.
I was
I'm
with
not-
a black
I mean,
girl
come on,
in
I'm not
college,
racial.
and I took a lot of shit from black guys over it.
let me say this: when I work a job and I see the white people emails because I was a computer tech, I see the emails where they saying the big black guy scares me, and I had a suit and tie
Oh
on
my
every
God.
day. Yeah, that's a concept, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine if they're saying that to each other. If you as a white man are dating a black chick, you come across this email because you're white naturally. They're gonna, oh, you white too. We're gonna have this email conversation. Now, my question is do you continue to go up the chain of building your business and growing and doing what you do by talking colloquial between your people? Or do you say, no, that's fucked up? You know what I'm saying? Do you step up right there? That's a concept that I don't get to understand or see if I never know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have saw just one message go back and say, this is fucked up, guys. Y'all shouldn't be sending this type of shit. No, it was an agreement. It was like, yeah, I don't understand why he has to be here on site. It was fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
All right, who's making these emails? I don't understand.
The people that I worked, that I was a contractor. So I was contracted there.
You were going into their place of business.
I had to go into their
and
place
so you
of
were
business.
seeing emails from them to your boss?
No, between themselves.
Oh, because you had...
I was over the server. I was
Oh.
basically handling the server, the email backup, everything. You know what I'm saying? So I saw all emails. And it was fucked up when I started seeing emails about me. And not just emails about me, but emails about me
That's
from people that I actually had a certain level of love for. Like people, I'm there and I smile with them. When I get there, I'm happy to see them.
Yeah.
I talk to them, I
Can
hug
they say
them.
hello and they know your name?
It's like
And then they back door and say some shit like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, where do I trust
Two-faced
this nigga?
motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. You said it, Chip. So that makes me worry. And with that level of worrying and knowing that you
And these
don't
are
have
white
to
people, I'm
experience it.
assuming.
Oh, yeah.
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 So
Well,
do
in
you
your
think-
case, I could perfectly understand. Why would you want to risk that? I mean, if you got people that are telling you to your face, you know, hey, Jarrel, it's nice to see you, and then it's like, how come he has to be here?
Yeah, it's real fucked up.
And do you think that issue, what you were just talking about, comes to mind with parents with their children when they don't want them to date outside another race?
I'll give you a prime example of that. She said that one lady called and said her mother was French, of French origin. Now, my son's mother is of French origin. My son's mother's mother is of French origin. So his grandmother's of French origin. And when I got with his mom, she was staying with her mom, basically. You know what I'm saying? They were staying in the same house. And it got word to me that her mom didn't like me.
Grandma was scared of the big black
How
man.
did it get word to you though?
It got word to me, and this is how it got word. Because she looks white, but she has all her kids. She was married to a black man for years. But regardless, she said this
This is
about
grandma.
Yeah, grandma said this about my son. She said, she told my baby mama, basically, when she thought she was having a miscarriage, she said, "Oh, you're having a miscarriage. Shouldn't have been fucking with that nigga you was fucking with."
Oh my god.
Grandma said that.
Yeah,
But see, it's a grandma, so they're from a different
I
time.
don't give a fuck.
I get
And she
that,
was-
but
and she was
I mean,
married
like,
to-
I
and
love
she was
my
married
grandfather
to a black
death.
guy?
So he was
She
from a
was
different
married
time.
to a black guy, and
What
that's
the
what's so
fuck?
crazy.
What the fuck is
So-
that all about?
Exactly.
You know what, though?
The black
I
guy was
can
a
say
son,
this.
was a father of all her
Wait.
kids.
She was married to a black guy,
Yeah, it was my baby mom's mother that said that.
and the mother was married to a black guy.
Yeah, all her kids are of black descent from the father.
So she didn't want her kids to date.
I don't know.
That's just stupid.
But at the end of the day, when I got there, and I'm telling y'all a real life story. When I got there and I had to talk, I said, I don't give a shit. I said, you done said you shouldn't have been fucking with that nigga. And I want you to understand that I'm not your nigga. You don't call me no fucking nigga. And the child that's coming out of her is half the nigga that I am. And I don't think it'll be even right for you to even say anything about my baby at all. So before you go, she's talking about, and she said, I call all her friends nigga. I say, no, you got me fucked up. You don't call me
what
no
race
nigga.
was she?
She's actually French or whatever they call that shit. I don't know.
I know, we don't-
French Creole. It's French Creole.
We
Yeah.
don't include
They're
French
not
with
black,
white people.
though, aren't they?
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, my wife's French, man.
They
but
said
I'm just
she
saying,
was,
the French
I thought she was an
Creole
Asian
people, they're
booty.
like black, aren't they?
She's Asian from France, man. Chinese Jap with green eyes, man. Come on.
Man,
I'm just saying, I just thought they were black too,
Have you
so
seen
why would you be
Signature?
mad if they said the N-word?
this woman was not living
better
a
get me
black
one of them.
lifestyle. She was living a white lifestyle. In that
Yeah, the
concept,
movie did.
and the way she handled herself was like a white woman, and she looks like a white woman. And
That's
when
my
she
next one, I
referred to
think,
me,
is
it was
Asian.
They
derogatory.
could cook sushi and
It's just
Szechuan.
simple as that.
Yeah.
You don't refer to me, oh, should have been fucking with that nigga you fucking with.
What?
Yeah.
That shit just,
How about some
it just
spaghetti?
didn't
It just
fit.
doesn't make sense if she was dating a nigga too.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
And that's the concept. So how long
Here's the
before you
thing.
get the trust card?
Oh, I don't know. You know, when my daughters started reaching dating age, and it's not like this ever really came up. It's not like they ever said, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna date a black guy," or this, that. And it's just like, you know, you're free to do whatever you want.
But you know your grandchildren gonna be black after the first.
Well, I mean, I went out with a black woman. My sister went out with a black guy. I mean, that's really not the issue. But I told them, my kids, if you go down that road, you know, you have to understand that there are certain things that you're going to have to deal with.
Jungle fever.
Yep.
I don't mean that. I'm saying the way people look at you,
Yeah.
the way people perceive you,
Ebony and I.
you know,
You stupid.
you're going to get looks.
He's
You're going to get
shit.
looks. You're going to get comments because it's different. And people are afraid of what's different.
Yeah.
And you've got to be ready to deal with that.
My thing is why now? Like when I was in high school, I mean not high school, even elementary in the 80s, me and one other girl, Christina Drake, I always remember, me and her always say, we're the only mixed kids
That's what's good.
at the school in the 80s. That it wasn't a popular thing. Now it's like every other fucking kid. It's very popular. But back then it wasn't. In the 80s it wasn't as popular as it is now. Not like popular, but you know, it wasn't as known as it is now. So it's like, why is it still an
Does
issue?
that show like
That
the
was my
liberal
main question.
media's
I don't
fault.
understand why the
Is it-
fuck
But
is
doesn't
it
that
still
show a
an
breakdown
issue
in
now?
the segregation of society?
That's the
now
local
that there's
media's
more mixed kids? Wouldn't that show that society's
something
wouldn't that show that society's progressing now that there's a more of a mixed culture?
It should, but it doesn't show that. Like me going on a date with a white guy and a black guy in the past month and getting looks from white girls while I was with the white guy and black girls while I was with the black guy says a lot. I'm like, I'm black and Mexican. So I could be black and white possibly because I don't look as black. So
Yeah, but you don't count.
Nobody fucking knows what the hell I am. They think I'm Hawaiian and shit. What does it matter who I date?
You
Thank you
still,
for the good hair.
you still get the issue. You still get the issue
And you still
because
got the nose.
there are still race relations in this world right now. I mean, we're still suffering race relations.
Yeah,
and,
for sure. I don't think it's as bad as it was a long time ago.
I
I don't think it's as bad as when I was a kid.
I think it's publicized more.
It's
Maybe
actually
not
still
in the
as bad.
street.
Yeah, maybe not as bad. I agree, not as
know,
bad. We don't have the sign that white only
just like-
restroom kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
fuck,
you know,
it's
like
still,
you
it
brought
shouldn't
up-
be an issue.
The fact that there was laws in the country, like we were talking about earlier on the show, with the Loving case, the federal case about the federal court passing a law that interracial marriage is okay. I mean, that's sort of ridiculous.
Man,
and we
I
haven't
gotta
even
say
come
this.
to that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Fuck the shit. Let's be realistic. Do y'all understand that they just passed a law for one of these states,
Alabama.
Alabama, gets to have segregated schools again? Do y'all understand that?
Are you serious?
The fuck?
I had no idea.
And we saying it's changed.
I don't watch TV for a reason.
Segregated schools again? What the fuck we gonna do? Like,
Yeah, it's
That's
stepping
stupid.
backwards.
we on another
Alabama out of
level.
all fucking states.
We on another level. Like, my mom still tells me of times when she had to sit on the floor of the movie theater because the blacks weren't allowed to sit in the seats.
Damn.
You
But isn't
understand?
Alabama like where not Malcolm X, fucking I
Martin
don't know my
Luther
history,
King.
but Martin Luther King and stuff like
You don't know that side.
and that's where I don't know history
What
that
happened
well.
to Selena?
Go fuck.
Look.
This is
I
where
know
her,
all
this is
about
where
Harry
this is
Potter,
where her
though.
blackness
All my
comes
Harry
out.
Potter tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I know it's Birmingham, Alabama.
That's funny. Hey, but,
I just picked up my sister from Alabama. Don't play with me. 2 a.m. in the morning.
the thing is it's a really tough topic, race relations, because for us, it's no matter how hurt we feel, if we say anything, is, oh, you're playing the black card, you're playing the I'm in a hurt position victim card.
I mean,
And-
you're talking about black people in general.
Yeah, I'm talking about black people. I can't talk about you because I didn't even.
I
know
did
black.
have
Well, I
a
just want to
comment
make sure that I'm
that stood
understanding
out.
correctly.
Yeah.
I had a comment that stood out, and it was a black guy, and he actually said he thinks that black women feel intimidated when black men go outside of their race when they date whites and Latinas because they feel like they wonder what they did wrong to make that black guy go outside of his race. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong. You're probably doing everything right.
And that's like
You got a big ass.
Yeah.
Most white men Latinas don't have as much ass as y'all have. But fuck, it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It's love is love. It doesn't see color.
For sure.
It doesn't see gender. It doesn't see those things, and a lot of people do, and it's sad.
Let me ask you this.
That's what.
If somebody offers you $1 million right now, right?
Turn
I'll
on
do
shit.
it.
If they offer you,
You ain't even doing
Whatever
it
it is,
yet.
I'm there.
let me tell
Whatever
you,
it is, Uncontrolled Substance, we finna go live.
let me tell you,
Nationwide.
they offer you $1 million, but they tell you that millions of your people are gonna die just so you can have this money.
Oh. Well, no.
Oh, shit.
Are you gonna take that money?
Fuck yeah.
I know, yeah,
Well,
your
I mean,
kind does that.
It depends. Can I pick
I
those
think all
million?
kinds do
Can
that.
I pick which million will go?
All kinds do
You
that.
can't pick. All the
Everybody on my
motherfuckers
block
go.
list. I got about
There's
$1
plenty of
billion.
white people you won't miss. I'm
Okay,
sure,
well, what's the
Jarrel.
point of that?
The point is when a black woman or a black man deals with a white woman or a white man, the issue is you can't trace. We can trace our lineage, but you can't trace how far back the money from then, how far the slavery wealth affect that person.
What does that matter in
It
your,
ma-
in your life and your happiness?
It matters when we have phrases like the complexion for the protection. It matters when we have that phrase. When we have police pulling us over and we're dying, we're doing the shit we're supposed to do, and we're dying when we talk back, and we're dying when we
I
we
get
have
that,
no
but
real
would you
limit.
literally be like, okay, I've
Damn
known
if
you
you
for
do,
a
damn
while,
if you
you're
don't.
white, and you're great, we click, we sound like we're fucking meant to be, but I can't be with you because you're white. Your skin is of different pigmentation than mine.
I respect
I
that
tell
type
them,
of
close
love.
my eyes, baby.
I respect that type of
Betraying
love.
your race.
But
Turn my lights off.
what I'm saying to you is when you
Close your
when you
eyes.
have that type of love, you have to really be willing to put yourself in a compromising position.
Yeah.
You have to know that if this shit goes wrong, you gonna be standing in the dark, cause you dark. You gonna be standing in a bad position against somebody who literally can go back through wealth
Yeah.
from a whole
Trump supporters.
even if you're not rich, you still benefit from your skin, your color. That's something that I'm bothered by. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying people do it on purpose. I'm not saying all white people are bad.
Did he
I'm
not
not saying
agree
nothing
with
like that.
biracial dating?
It's not that I don't agree with it. Like, I don't mind you being, but you have to understand what you're walking into.
Yes.
A lot of people just being willy-nilly, and then they run into a situation where they're like, damn, oh, your people feel that way about me? That's fucked up. Or
Like,
you
I
probably feel
wonder,
that
just
way.
like from you guys, like, how would y'all feel if y'all were in that situation in a biracial relationship, like Chip, for instance, or you just, if you were in that situation and you were dating a black girl and y'all went to the family reunion,
Shit, I be eating up all the food. See me on
like
the
when you
dance
go to the family
floor.
reunion, that's when you
Pass
have to
me
deal
that
with their,
40.
you have to not deal with their culture, but be a part of their culture.
And, you
And
know
like,
what?
or like you
That's-
just going into,
And that comes back to
you know, being
personality.
a black
I need a
guy going
blunt
to a
before
white
it.
girl's family reunion.
We already brought that. We
I don't
brought
think
that.
do white people do that?
Do what?
What?
Do y'all
Blunts and
do family
40s?
reunions? Because I see black
I'm
people do it.
Italian. So,
Every weekend
yes,
is a
we do family
reunion.
reunions. Yes.
This is the
Okay.
We
thing.
do family reunions.
I've
Hey,
I've seen
what
it
up?
like on my black side
All
of my
my
family, they
paisans
do
out there,
family
we do
reunions.
family
My Hispanic
reunions.
side, they all hate each other. So
This the thing with that concept.
Family reunions and Italians?
How-
Get the
yeah.
fuck out of here.
How strong?
That's
of-
every weekend.
How strong of a man
That's
are
a
you?
Sunday dinner.
That's the question. How
Did that growing up.
strong? How strong of a man are you? When it comes down to it, I'm strong enough to know that I represent more than myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm strong enough to know that I represent more than myself.
Amen, that's what it's
With
about.
the conversation where Chip said, "Can I just get a pass to say what happened?" I'm not giving you that pass. I'm not
Yeah.
giving nobody that
it's too much
pass
controversy with
at
it.
all. And if that line is crossed, I have to do what what my morals say I have to do. It's just simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So when you say basically you go into that environment, if I go into that environment, I have to know that I'm walking into that environment, first of all, and then when I'm walking in that environment, the person that's taking me there has to know that it's unsafe for me and unsafe for their people. Because I'm not going to take
That's
no
something
bullshit
that I
regardless.
actually want to be a topic because I was on your side completely as far as him not saying it because we're on the radio, but
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. Like Eminem is, to me, when
I'll
people
slap
say
Eminem in the mouth.
people say
If
Biggie or
Eminem said
Tupac,
it,
I
I'll
say
slap him
Eminem.
in the mouth.
But it's like I don't understand I don't understand.
What's the respect factor?
You don't have to understand.
Like, you're not
I'm not black, so I don't know how to fucking say it. And I wish
we ain't go to
motherfucker
church
would.
on Sunday and say, "What up, fucking pastor?" You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that because out of respect for the pastor. And if you know,
I guess because I've been around so many Hispanics and white people.
I don't want to hear that
where
word.
I grew up by the most ghetto apartments in Houston is Haverstock. What is it called?
Haverstock.
Haverstock, yeah,
oh,
that's
and
right. The worst apartments in Houston. So I grew up fucking 2 blocks from there, okay? So it was a lot of white people and Mexican people around there. And they would just normally, they would say,
react to somebody calling you a bitch?
I don't care. I can't. No, I don't. Because to me, in the Army, honestly, I had to have thick skin. I had drill sergeants in my face telling me, because your husband has full access to your bank account. Yeah, he's at home with my mom. He's living with my mom. Your mom's fucking your husband. My drill sergeant in my face telling me that. I'm like,
that's why I didn't go to the one.
Fuck, I hope not. Like, it made me say, like, I had to have thick skin. So you gotta have thick skin. But to me, I didn't want him to say, just generally, just because I think I saw, was it Bill O'Reilly? Not Bill O'Reilly. Who the fuck was it? That one other guy with the big forehead. I don't remember his name.
Big forehead guy.
Big forehead guy. And, you know, Ice Cube came on his show and told him, no, I don't want you to say it. You know what I'm talking about. I don't remember his name.
Bill O'Reilly? No,
it's not Bill O'Reilly. Bill Maher. There you go. So he said it, and everybody got like super offended. And I feel like they think of the past, and like that's why we can never progress and move on to the future. They think of it as the negative way. When some people, where I grew up, being mixed, I look more Hispanic, so people don't even think I'm black any fucking way. But I grew up not far from Haverstock, mostly black people, not far from Homestead, all black people. And whites and Mexicans always was like, hey, my nigga, and they'd go up to a black guy. The black guy would tell them, what's up, nigga? Okay, if you're telling him, nigga, you're giving him the okay to think he's a nigga.
Let me tell you something. What you're doing is, you're qualifying the lost sheep to match the people that have the intellect. That's a lost sheep. You say growing up, so I'm guessing these are children.
In the 80s, yeah.
But at the end of the day, well, none of that shit happened around where I'm from. Where motherfuckers is thinking. If you got a brain in your head, that's like the shit. If you're just trying to have fun, then fuck it. That's what you do. But when you come to a person with some intellect, with actual knowledge, with actual understanding of what fucking happened back then, and it's like people say, well, don't bring up the past, but they turn the history books to where it was saying they were employees or they was they was workers.
They try to make it sound
like, why are they doing this? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they doing it because if you know your history, you can stand on that shit. If you don't know your history, you can't stand on that shit. And that's what a real problem comes in, because nobody wants you to say, well, my history says this is what happened, and this is why you can't do this to me now. That's why when the cops pull somebody over and they say, well, the laws say this, and I don't know why you fucking with me.
This is how I think. And I'm blunt, raw, uncut, uncontrolled substance. Probably shouldn't fucking say it. But my thing is, if black people find the word so offensive, and I'm half black, I don't fucking find the word bitch or nigga offensive at all. It's a compliment, either one, if you want to say it. If you find it so offensive, why the fuck do you use it?
Let me ask you a question. Let me tell you what makes it different. See, his life is completely different than mine.
Yeah.
Me saying nigga is the only real freedom I have that he can't get.
He can get it. It's you.
He can get it, but he got some shit that's coming with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's not. That's the only freedom I feel.
Well, he was respectful enough to even ask us if he could use it. If he didn't give a fuck, he would have just used it regardless.
That's what I'm saying. If he didn't give a fuck, he would use it and deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
But there's consequences behind it. But for
Spider Monkey
us,
time.
it's no problem. For us, it's no problem. You know what I'm saying? We have taken that word back.
Okay, so you feel that way, but like Oprah, and I've seen other people don't. Maya Angelou, she doesn't. They don't believe the word she used. They don't like that Jay-Z used the word. They don't like anyone using the word period.
Let me make sure you understand though. The word. What they didn't create this word. They didn't create this word.
Exactly.
The word was created way before them. Niggas meant kings. Niggas meant kings. That's what we called each other. Niggas. So when they brought up the niggas word, when they put it out there like that, it's still the same pronunciation. It's still the same word. It still means the same thing. It still phonetically hits our ear and causes a vibration that equals something of meaning to us. It represents something. And if we don't support that, if we don't stand on that, when we do say it to each other, How many times have you seen us get mad at each other versus saying it?
None, but I've never heard anybody say that it was used as the word
Now, how many
repeat.
times?
I literally, this is the first, I'm 33 years old, the first time
first
I've
time.
ever heard anybody say that.
And that's why I said, if you know your history, you can stand on it. But we have reached the end of our show, man. We gotta go ahead and wrap this
So
up.
we do.
We're gonna play some music, man. We're gonna get
This
back
shit
with
was
y'all.
deep.
Wrap that
This
shit
got
up.
hella deep, man.
I
I ain't
loved
gonna lie
it.
to
Hella
you.
deep,
I'm
I'm
hey.
sorry, Lon, I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, thanks everybody
Doing
that
my
called
shit.
in today.
Hey, yeah,
Everybody
we
hit us
appreciate
on our
everybody.
chat.
Man, everybody, go ahead and say, let them know where to find you. Blunt Tracks, where you
Yo,
at?
Blunt Tracks. You can catch me on Twitter. New music coming soon. Hopefully you'll be catching me again on Uncontrolled Substance.
Yeah.
Had a great time tonight. Thanks for having me.
Come on, Chip, where you at?
It's Chip Davison on Facebook. I'm exploring other forms of social media.
Porn.
This is C.
Just got Grinder.
Fuck too.
Hamster.
Grinder's my shit.
Plenty of fish.
Right?
Fuck boys.
If you have a hamster and a used paper towel tube,
What about you, Vicki?
Shout out, it's
I'm down with the little
fucking Vicki
chickens.
B. And his bitch. You already know, find me on any fucking social network, Vicki B. And it's fucking public, so all you fans can just see my shit. Or you haters that just watching this to watch.
Hey, and it's your boy, I am Jarrel. I just want to make sure y'all understand.
2 R's, 1 L.
We got Pop-Up TV, man. He in the building. He's
Where
been
Pop-Up
on
at?
TV, pop-up
And
TV.
Pop-Up
what up?
TV, he's gonna be at the Go DJ Awards. He's gonna be at that ceremony on the red carpet. Gonna be filming. I am Jarrel. We'll be in the building with your boy, doing some interviews. So y'all be sure to check us out because we moving. We making big moves, power moves when we step. Just understand that's what it is.
Uncontrolled
That's what we do.
It's your
Substance.
boy. We are Uncontrolled Substance
On
Radio.
Core 94.